Waddington, New York, how's everyone doing today? It is the final championship Sunday of the 2024 Bassmaster Elite Series, and we could not be happier to be here in Waddington, New York. Man, I think the first time we came here was 13 years ago, and before that, I never knew where Waddington was. And I'm going to tell you, the world knows where Waddington is now, and it's not because of what happened on this stage. It's what happens in that field. Give yourselves a round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. Such an amazing part of the world, such an incredible community, all the communities that come together to make this event so special. And right on cue, we're going to make it rain bass, ladies and gentlemen. Before we bring up our anglers, there is a group that I need to shout out. And you're going to hear us say thank you to a lot of fine people here today because this is the final event of the year, and there's some true unsung heroes of this sport, and they are the service teams. They travel all across the country, quite often on the road even longer than our anglers, and they work with all the different companies. And one of the most inspiring things is when you see, when you watch NASCAR, they have their own pit teams. Well, you see all these different brands. When you have an angler down, you see all these different brands work together. It doesn't matter what boat company, what motor company, what electronics company, they work together to make sure that angler gets on the water. So let's hear it for our service teams, ladies and gentlemen. I'd like to give a very special shout out to Daryl Rollins, who after 27 years of being on road, this will be his last event with us on the Bassmaster Elite Series. He is retiring. We cannot thank him enough for everything that he has done and all the service crew. But let's send him off right. Let's hear it for Daryl Rollins, ladies and gentlemen, from Garmin. And of course, I have to touch on who was here yesterday? Let's hear it from you guys. If you were here yesterday, you can, at the beginning of this week, I said we got so much to handle here this week. It is not just one event. An Elite Series event is special enough. But we had our Progressive Bassmaster Angler of the Year race, our Dakota Lithium Rookie of the Year race. Both of those got decided yesterday. And our brand new Dakota Lithium Rookie of the Year, 19-year-old Trey McKinney. Let's hear it for him, ladies and gentlemen. And do we have any Canadians in the house? I think I saw about half of you over in the bar earlier. I'm not really shocked. And I appreciate you all coming out here. The wine slushy sales have been incredible since you arrived, so thank you all very much. But we saw history yesterday for the first time ever, a Canadian Progressive Bassmaster Angler of the Year in Chris Johnston. Let's hear it for that. So both those titles have been handed out, and there is only one title left, and that title is the 9th Elite Series champion of 2024, the Humminbird Bassmaster Elite on the St. Lawrence River. And you guys have a very important job. The good news is we're in Waddington, New York. The bad news is you guys have such a big rep for being a loud, crazy audience that I'm putting pressure on you. Are you guys going to be loud and crazy here today? We have cameras all around here. You can see this show on FS1. You saw it all day long, part of Bass Live. And I would like everybody to give me 30 seconds of absolute insanity to show the world that Waddington, New York is where you come for a party. 1, 2, 3. All right. Slow down. I think that was pretty good if this was like the first or second event of the season. This is the last time. The Elite Series goes away for 5 or 6 months. You guys know you love it. Get loud. I saw some people, the front, you guys are really good. The back, not so much. The middle, you guys sat the whole time. I will call you out by name. But I need it one more time. Absolute insanity. And I will do this until the rainstorm comes, ladies and gentlemen. So do not let me down here. On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. All right, this is the final Championship Sunday of 2024. You guys ready to get this party started? Before we can ever weigh a fish, we need to bring out our weighmaster, our tournament director. Give me a little love for LT, Lisa Talmadge. Lisa, it is so, Toledo Bend seems like so long ago, but also seems like not that long ago. I mean, season flew by. Hard to believe this is the last event of 2024.
I can't even believe it. I mean, it really did go by fast. Oh my gosh, this crowd is amazing. Thank you guys so much for coming out. We so much appreciate it. The anglers back here are going to be super excited to come out to see this crowd, to see them. This is awesome. Thank you so much. We can't do these events unless we have a great host. And the St. Lawrence Chamber of Commerce, they have brought us here, Village of Waddington. Thank you guys so much. I mean, they roll out the red carpet for us. Catherine Paleo, Mayor Mike. Mayor Mike was over here parking anglers. I mean, he was involved every day. So thank you so much to our host. We couldn't do it without you. Also, I just have to say, throughout this year, there's a lot of people that put this event on, from the office, the B.A.S.S office, the JM studios, the crew here, the camera guys that go out there every day, especially the ones that are running all the way to Ontario right now. Let's give them all a round of applause. They work hard. Let's give this guy a round of applause right here. He puts it on all the time. I appreciate you, Dave.
Thank you.
We love you, Dave!
Yeah.
I love you too. Well, I love Lisa too. Yes, you're right. Well, that sounded weird. Sorry, honey. My wife's in the crowd too. Well, I'm going to stop right now, and we're just going to go on with the thank yous.
Another thing, we can't do this without great volunteers. The New York Bass Nation and the Bassmaster, the Junior Bassmasters. Thank you so much. Also, Barb Elliott for teaching our anglers how to fizz, get those fish out there alive so you guys can catch them again. So a big thanks to all the volunteers, because we definitely couldn't do this. I mean, we have probably 20 volunteers at tournament, so a big thank you to them. And you know what? Thanks for the hospitality. We so much appreciate it. Thank you.
As I said at the very beginning, this is the final championship Sunday of 2024. Those of you who have been a Bassmaster weighing, you know how this works. When I spin this towel, that is my pom-pom, and that is what I do to make sure you guys all the way back there make lots and lots of noise. One more time. This is the final championship Sunday of 2024. Are you ready? No. This is the final championship Sunday. The Humminbird Bassmaster Elite at the St. Lawrence River, Waddington, New York. Are you ready? Let's get ready to web our very first angler, a former Bass Nation national champion, a three-time classic qualifier from Louisiana, Caleb Sumrall. Caleb Sumrall had 68 pounds and 8 ounces, only needs 9 pounds, 11 ounces to take the lead, and load our Yeti hot seat definitely got that, 18 pounds, 11 ounces. He moves into first place with 87 pounds and 3 ounces. Caleb, 87 pounds, 3 ounces. You were leading this event. And more importantly, man, you came into this northern swing needing 2 big finishes, and you definitely had 2 big finishes. Nearly missed the top 10 last week. Got it done here this week. Heading back to Louisiana knowing you mission accomplished.
It means a lot, dude. I mean, I'm trying to get choked up already. Last year was a tough year, you know. It makes you question everything we do, and you grind, you work so much, you do so much homework, you spend so much money to do this and travel the country, and when you fall short of your goals, it hurts. It hurts bad. So, you know, when you accomplish it, it feels really good. You know, I caught my fish yesterday, and I made it back to check-in, and it hit home like, man, I'm back in the Classic. And, if you ever fish one, the last thing you ever want to do is work one. So I don't want to ever work one again. And we got it done, man. It feels really good.
Incredible. How does a dude from Louisiana, I mean, these two northern fisheries, I mean, Champlain's been good to you in the past, but this one not the easiest one. How did you get it done here these last few weeks?
I stopped being scared of that lake. I took my Express. I gotta give too much credit to Express, Rory Herndon and the Express family taking a chance with me 5 years ago, running an all-welded aluminum boat, 100 miles one way into Lake Ontario. Totally safe. Caught my bass the first 2 days. Day 3 was a little crazy. We tried to go, but it was a little too bad. We ended up coming back to the river and salvaging our tournament. But another shout out to Ricky Pike, Creole Steel. I wouldn't be here without you, man. Just all my partners, all my sponsors, have my family back at home watching, root me on. I love y'all to death. Thank y'all so much.
Thank you. You're not going anywhere. He's going to load our Yeti hot seat. Next up, we have a 7-time Bassmaster Classic qualifier, a 2-time Bassmaster Elite Series champion from Panama City Beach, Florida, Drew Benton. 69 pounds and 2 ounces for the former Dakota Lithium Rookie of the Year, has the honors of being Rookie of the Year in both the Bassmaster Elite Series and the FLW Tour. Looking for 18-2, 22 pounds, 10 ounces with 91-12. He moves into the lead. With that, we say goodbye to Caleb Sumrall. A great finish. Let's hear it for him, ladies and gentlemen. And we say hello to Drew Benton, our brand new leader. Going to weigh this for Phoenix Boats Big Bass. Obviously taking over for the day. 5 pounds, 5 ounces. So leading Phoenix Boats Big Bass, leading this tournament. I mean, obviously we have 8 more anglers to go, so we'll see how it all shakes out. But you got to be happy. I mean, one of the things that makes this event so different for me, you know, I hear a lot of the same stuff on stage, believe it or not. But one thing you're not used to hearing, when you come to a special fishery like this, I hear people on stage saying, I really want to make the cut. Not just because I get paid more, not just because I get more points, but I don't want to leave the St. Lawrence River.
That's all today was about, is just going out there, ending the year on a high note, having a good time, and man, we did have a good time. I stayed on the river. Hats off to my roommate, Drew Cook, first of all, because we sent it way out in the lake. I didn't even practice out there. I practiced the river because we knew it was going to be rough these last 2 days, and I went on faith in his word, 104 miles, and made the cut, and then finished in the river this week. But, man, you can catch them from one end to the other on this place, and it's just awesome. It's an awesome place to be.
Awesome finish this week. Let's hear it for him, ladies and gentlemen. Awesome finish here this week. How did you get it done?
Like I said, we fished the lake whenever it allowed us to, and then I came back and fished the river because I was going all the way out to duck. So that was kind of off the table the last 2 days. So I fished the river these past 2 and just made the best of it, and the rest is history. Any
key baits, or was it just a bunch of different baits?
A bunch of different baits. The CJ Smasher by Spro and the Sakura Worm by Spro, both. I ran skirt material through it to give it a little bit different profile, different look. These fish are getting educated. They're seeing a lot of baits, and they're getting smart. They're really looking at your stuff, so that definitely made the deal a little bit easier today.
Cool trick. Awesome to find out how you got him. Let's hear it for him as he loads our Yeti hot seat. And this next one's a scary one. He just happens to be your defending champion, a 5-time Bassmaster winner, a 5-time Classic qualifier from Summerville, South Carolina, Patrick Walters. Woo! 69 pounds and 6 ounces to start today. He's got 5 fish, looking for 22 pounds, 7 ounces to take the lead. 20 pounds, 8 ounces. He moves into second place with 89 pounds and 14 ounces. Let's hear it for Patrick Walters. Made it all the way into the top 10 trying to defend his title, where last year he weighed in the biggest winning weight of smallmouth bass in Bassmaster history, 105 pounds even. So a little short of that this year, but man, being in the top 10, both events here in the Northern Swing, and having a shot to defend your title, you got to be pretty proud of how it all worked out for you this year.
Absolutely. It was a great week. You know, it was a great last 2 weeks here in New York. Looking at the weather, my game plan was to fish the lake for 2 days and then to back up and punt and fish the river to optimize my time. I thought I could catch them pretty good in the lake, and I ended up doing pretty good to give myself in contention to the top 10. But great week. I wasn't on the fish to win this week. But the good news is hopefully they don't break 105 pounds. My record will be safe. But it was a great week. I mean, like you said, you don't want to leave this place. I just ran around today and hit up new water all day, and it's unbelievable how many fish are in this place. Once you think you're not going to catch one, you just go right down the bank a little ways, and there's 100 smallmouth sitting there waiting on you. This truly is smallmouth Disneyland. So big thanks to this crowd. I love Waddington, New York. I love the St. Lawrence River and Lake Ontario. Big thanks to my family, my mom and dad for being here, my wife at home, Shep, my mother-in-law, grandma, everybody. This is what makes it happen. You know, Phantom Outdoors, all my sponsors, Rapala, Falcon, Yamaha. It's a team. You know, it's takes a village to raise them. So it's been a good week, been a good year.
A great year, and congrats on that. And people think you just say those kind of things on stage, that this is smallmouth Disneyland and everything. And we already had this conversation this morning. What are you doing tomorrow?
I'm going back out there again. I'm going to go back out there for the next 3 days. This is the only place, I tell you, across the country I've looked for property to buy. I love it up here. It's she knows a realtor. I might be looking.
I know realtors, and I feel like every one of them in the crowd's going to have a card on your truck by the time you get back to it.
Somebody give me a good deal.
Let's hear it for him, ladies and gentlemen. Next up, we have a two-time Bassmaster Classic qualifier, the only Australian ever to win a Bassmaster Elite Series event from Toowoomba, Australia. Fear my heart, Carl Jocumsen. Carl Jocumsen came into this event knowing he needs a big finish here this week. Made a top 10, 70 pounds, 6 ounces, looking for 21.7 to take the lead, 13 pounds, 4 ounces. He moves into 4th place. Had a very trying day on the water, but we'll hear about that in a minute. But all of these top 10 deserve to be celebrated, and I know Waddington knows how to do that. $83 pounds, 10 ounces, puts you in 4th place currently, Carl. And today did not go without its share of challenges for you.
Yeah, that's if it's going to happen on a day, it may as well happen on the final day. If that happens day 1, day 2, or yesterday, I'm not standing up here. So didn't make it to my first spot, and that just happens. We push our gear to the absolute limit, and one phone call to Brandon BP, and he was on his way. My wife's on their way. They made it to the boat ramp. We swapped our gear over, got graphs on, all the waypoints gone, got my gear in, and I was fishing. So I was just super grateful to be back out there and fishing, and caught 5 fish in the few hours that we had out there. But yesterday was a day I'll never forget. That was God watching over me right there, because I needed that day to give myself a shot to be in the Classic, and just needed that day after an up and down year. But after four tournaments ago, I was in 83rd in AOY, and I fought my way back, and I'm 1 point out of the Classic. And I needed to get into 4th place to guarantee it, but there's still a chance if someone wins an Open, I can make the Bassmaster Classic.
Well, we'll keep our fingers crossed for him. We want it to work out for you. I've said this to you before, and man, your slogan, Fear My Heart, it couldn't make more. When he first told me about it, I was like, Fear My Heart, what does that mean? But we have learned over and over again that even though he comes from a country that has bass, but they're not like the bass that we have here, had never fished a jig before he came to America. Fear his heart, because he's overcome all that. Big bass, big stage, big dreams, and you are truly living proof of it, Carl Jocumsen.
I appreciate it, mate. This, looking out at the crowd, this only happens in America. You should be so grateful that you're born and get to live here, and all the things that America just gives you. And I'm just so grateful to be able to compete with Bassmaster, fish as a professional, and all the things that Americans have welcomed me here. And it's the crowd when I look out at the Bassmaster Classic, and then I've fished St. Lawrence River over the last few years and always wanted to make the final day cut because you guys show up every single time. And it's just a dream come true. I'm not here without so much help. I have to say so much massive thank you to all of my sponsors that get me here. Day in, day out, they believe in me. And then and my wife and my little girl, River, they're packing up campers, driving across the country, and just, we're just a team. And Fear My Heart is our mantra. And we live by it, try and spread positive vibes. And even though when, adversity gets in your face, that's what builds you. That's what gives you that grit. And it's like going to the gym. You want to get stronger, you go to the gym. Adversity makes you stronger, gives you that grit. And today I handled it, went out, caught 5, come back, and I'm just grateful. So thank you guys for showing up, and thank you to Bassmaster.
I know I'm not. Oh, she just stopped. I was going to get Ashley to turn the camera and show, because you said she packs up trailers and that she was literally packing up the Bassmaster Jumbotron. So River is a great help for all of us. Carl, I want you in that classic. We'll see how it all works out, but you're an inspiration regardless. Let's hear it for him. Next up, we have a former Bassmaster Junior World Champion. He's a 5-time Bassmaster Classic qualifier from North Carolina, the Baby Shark, Shane LeHew. 70 pounds and 15 ounces as of this morning. He needs 20 pounds, 14 ounces to knock Drew Benton out of that Yeti hot seat. Looking for 2014, 21 pounds, 14 ounces. A pound in the right direction with 92 pounds, 13 ounces. Shane LeHew takes the lead. With that, we say goodbye to Drew Benton, and we say hello to Shane LeHew, leading the Humminbird Bassmaster Elite on the St. Lawrence River. 92 pounds and 13 ounces. The first 3 days of competition, he went to the lake. This fish, going to weigh it for Phoenix Boats Big Bass, needs to be better than 5'5" for the day. 5 pounds, 8 ounces, so a brand new Phoenix Boats Big Bass. And this morning when we were talking, I mean, you went out to the lake yesterday, and you said, I found out exactly how big a wave is too big to go out, and you live by your word, because today you didn't go out in the lake.
No, they looked a little bigger today, so I stayed in the river. I went to the mouth of the lake, though. I actually fished a place where my roommate caught them last year, Brandon Cobb. And there's big ones there, but they leave really, really quick, and we still, to this day, don't know where they go. But I caught like a 5 1/4 and one close to 5, or the 5 1/2. And then they just kind of disappeared. I caught some 3-somethings, and I just kind of went scrambling the rest of the day. I don't fish very well in the river. It's not really my forte. I'm not a drifter. I don't like doing that. But I had an awesome week this week. Caught most of my fish on a Berkeley Max scent flatworm and a flat-nosed minnow. And throwing a 7-foot medium Fantasista X spinning rod with various reels, all Abu Garcia spinning reels. So I would just want to thank all my friends, my family. You guys have been awesome. We turned a really bad year into a good year. We made the Classic. This place holds a special place in my heart, for sure. I love this place. I love coming up here. I might just go beat on some lake fish tomorrow just for fun, just because I didn't get to go today.
You're welcome to stay for a while.
Yeah, I think I might. As long as the wind's not bad, I think I'm going to go catch a few more. They're a lot of fun to catch, and I never get to do it. I think that's why I do so well up here. I don't try to treat it like a vacation, but it is. I mean, where else do you go catch 4-pound smallmouth all the time? I don't have anywhere close to home to do that, so every time I'm driving here, I'm like, man, this is going to be fun. And usually it is. I wish I could have got to the lake today, but they were just a little too big for me.
Well, great tournament. Whatever way it works out, enjoy your vacation for the rest of the week. He's going to load our Yeti hot seat. The longer he stays there, the more he gets paid. Next up, we have a 5-time Bassmaster Classic qualifier, the back-to-back Bassmaster Classic champion from Coleman, Alabama, Jordan Lee. Jordan Lee started the day with 72 pounds, 13 ounces. He's looking for 20 pounds and an ounce to take the lead away from Shane LeHew. 20 pounds an ounce, what he needs. 20 pounds, 3 ounces. He moves into the lead with 93 pounds even and officially sends Shane LeHew on his vacation. And with that, we have a brand new leader at the Humminbird Bassmaster Elite. And that is Jordan Lee. 93 pounds even, leading this event, and this is going to call an end to your comeback season here on the Bassmaster Elite Series. You know how excited I was to have you back here, and man, you have settled in, and I mean, you threatened for Angler of the Year a lot of this season, and you're going back to the Bassmaster Classic. How excited are you for that?
Dude, I'm so excited. Yeah, it's been since 2019 since I fished the Classic, and you know, those 2 wins really just changed my life, and it was just a blessing, really. So, I mean, to make it back to the Classic this year was my #1 goal coming into the season, and I had a great start to the year. And you would think going to Alabama would have been like that. I was licking my chops. I mean, I had 2 tournaments right down the road, and those were my 2 worst tournaments of the year. And man, it was a tough pill to swallow, but we ate some humble pie in those 2 tournaments. And I come up here where I've never fished before and make a top 10 out fishing Lake Ontario. And I had one little key area out there on the Canadian side, right there at the mouth of the lake, and that's the only place I really had that was just an area, and they were just bigger fish. I mean, that class of fish in Lake Ontario is just different. And today those look like minnows. I was catching some. My area dried up, and I came back in the river and was catching some. I guess they were 3.5, 4 pounders, and I'm like, these are small, and I was being pretty hard on myself. But yesterday was just a special day, and I ran 600 miles. I was counting the miles running back down the river today. I ran over 600 miles this week with that Yamaha show, and man, it did outstanding. So it was a fun week. Burned a lot of gas. I think this whatever place finish I come in is just going to cover my gas bill this week. That's probably about it.
On behalf of the local gas stations, thank you very much, and congrats on a great one. You got to go there now, yeah. Let's hear it for Jordan Lee, ladies and gentlemen. I know you're going to get loud about this next angler. He's a 5-time Classic qualifier, the very first Canadian to win an FLW Tour event, the very first Canadian to win a Bassmaster Elite Series event, the very first Canadian to become a progressive Bassmaster Angler of the Year. From Peterborough, Ontario, Canada, Chris Johnston. Had 73 pounds and 2 ounces to start today, looking for 19.15 to take the lead. 23 pounds even with 96 pounds, 2 ounces. Chris Johnston is leading the Humminbird Bassmaster Elite. Already hoisted 1 trophy, would love to make another here today. All right, let's make a Christmas card here. With that, we say Jordan Lee says he's not moving. You already got enough trouble on this stage this year. Don't make Jason Christie come back. Let's hear it for Jordan Lee, ladies and gentlemen. And let me hear it for Chris Johnston. Man, as if this week hasn't been special enough, you hoisted that trophy here yesterday around this time, and you have not stopped since then. I mean, I know you were in the service yard late, rigging late. You haven't had a chance to celebrate, but man, it would be fun to celebrate with 2 trophies.
100% it would be. I had a lot of fun today, regardless of what happened. The pressure was off me, and it was the best feeling yesterday to win that trophy. And to do it with 29 pounds on day 3 there, that was like icing on the cake. So it was an unbelievable day. I'll never forget it. And then today I just went fishing, had fun, and those 5s and 6s turned into 4s, but I still had fun catching them.
Fun. It was fun to watch. Let's hear it for him, ladies and gentlemen. It was a lot of fun watching you. I mean, you got a couple more anglers and that pesky brother of yours to deal with here. How you feeling about that?
I'm not getting my hopes up. I think I needed about 28 pounds today to have a chance at winning this thing, and I came up a little short. But like I said, it's an incredible fishery. So hopefully everyone looks after it, because when you weigh 23 pounds and you're kind of disappointed in it, you know you got something special here. They just grow them different on the St. Lawrence River in Lake Ontario. So what an awesome fishery! Huge shout out to all the Canadians for coming across the border. Thank you very much. All the friends and family, the town of Warrington for coming out. This is unbelievable. One of the best crowds of the year for sure. So that's why B.A.S. always loves coming back here. That's why I love getting on this stage in front of you guys. So it's just a great feeling.
We love having you as part of it. Let's hear it for him, ladies and gentlemen. Gonna load our Yeti hot seat. He's the youngest Elite Series champion in history, weighing the 4th biggest winning weight at the 2nd event of this season. He is your 2024 Dakota Lithium Rookie of the Year from Illinois. 19-year-old fishing phenom, Trey McKinney. Trey McKinney had 73 pounds and 6 ounces at the start of the day today. He needs 22 pounds, 13 ounces to take the lead. 5 fish here today, 25 pounds, 3 ounces. With 98 pounds and 9 ounces, Trey McKinney is leading the Humminbird Bassmaster Elite and the St. Lawrence River. With that, we say goodbye to Chris Johnston. Let's hear it for him, ladies and gentlemen. Did you proud? And we say hello to Trey McKinney. Gonna weigh this one for Phoenix Boats Big Bass. 5 pounds, 9 ounces. So a brand new Phoenix Boats Big Bass of the day. And not something I've got to tell you a lot this year, but you narrowly missed joining the Century Club for a second time in your rookie season. But you were leading this event with just 2 anglers left to go. 24 hours after becoming our Rookie of the Year. How you feeling today?
I'll tell you what, today was a lot less stressful till it wasn't. So I was like, I caught a few, and I was like, oh, it's just an average day. And then I caught a big one, and I was like, dude, we got to go for this thing. So I was out there working as hard as I could, try to catch them. So absolutely blessed week. I never thought I'd stand up here and catch another 25 pounds. Like, it's an unbelievable fishery. I mean, I'd love to live closer. Hopefully I can visit a lot more times. So it's an unbelievable fishery, and this crowd is huge. And I want to thank everybody back home for watching, all my sponsors for supporting me, even my mom coming, everybody else like that, and Archie here. I used to fish local tournaments with him. So it's just been an amazing week. I mean, that pretty much wraps it up. It's just such a blessed week and one to remember.
Amazing week and amazing rookie season. And I believe you got an amazing future ahead of you. What baits did you use to get it done here this week?
Absolutely. So I was targeting like more fish on the edge of the break. So more of like a minnow style bait, as I threw a Z2, like a 5-inch or even a small one. That was a really, really good bait for me this week. So that was definitely the key bait to get a big bite. And then we just kind of hodgepodge from there.
Well, most rookies, I'd have to explain how to do this, but you know what you need to do. He's going to load our Yeti hot seat. Let's hear it for him. Next up, we have a 5-time Bassmaster Classic qualifier, a 2-time Bassmaster winner, took an Elite Series win earlier this year, an angler so great, he once won a 4-day tournament in just 3 days. From Peterborough, Ontario, Canada, get loud for Corey Johnston. Corey Johnston started the day with 77 pounds and 5 ounces. 5 fish here today, looking for 21 pounds, 5 ounces. 24 pounds, 11 ounces. 24, 11. And with 102 pounds even, Corey Johnston not only takes the lead, but he joins the Century Club once again on this body of water. With that, we say goodbye to Trey McKinney. What a rookie season. Let's hear it for him, ladies and gentlemen. And we say hello to Corey Johnston. I have talked about it a lot, but it was literally 12 minutes after you hoisted that trophy in Florida, won your first Elite Series event, and you turned to me and you called me. You are one of the only people other than my mother when she was alive that actually calls me David. And he turned to me and said, David, I think I got another one in me here this year. And you were one angler away from that being true.
Man, I hope so. This place is, like, I had a day from hell today. I mean, it doesn't look like it, but, man, there was a lot of curse words out there that you guys didn't see on live, that's for sure. And, you know, I hope it all works out. This place, you know, I love this place. This is my favorite place to fish, and, man, I'm just excited.
You may say it might not have looked like it was a tough day out there, but it did. I mean, several times we thought you were about to fall off the boat, but did you? I mean, yesterday you kind of got famous for chumming during the tournament. Did you keep it all down today?
Yeah, I kept the puking in today. I mean, the wind was from a little bit different direction, and the waves were still 8-footers, but they were different. They were tighter together, And I mean, it just made it difficult today.
Well, you excelled in those tough conditions. You went out to the lake. You didn't ever let it stop you no matter what way this works out, man. Been awesome. Let's hear it for Corey Johnston. Next up, we have an Elite Series rookie, and what a rookie season he has had. This is 4th Championship Sunday from Knoxville, Tennessee. Get loud for Robert G. Started the day with 78 pounds, 2 ounces. The two anglers were locked in a two-way tie after 2 days of competition. Had 78 pounds, 2 ounces. Robert G. looking for 23.15 to finally win an Elite Series title. 22 pounds, 5 ounces, 22.5. And Corey Johnston is a 2-time Elite Series champion. Robert G. joins the Bassmaster Century Club. I know this hurts, but man, what a rookie season.
Yeah, it was awesome. I mean, I'm glad at least I broke the century mark. Today was a struggle, but you know, I gave it all I had out there. I was up against the two greatest smallmouth fishermen in the world, so I like how the week turned out.
This whole season turned out incredible. Keep your eyes on Robert G. What a rookie campaign. And with that, there is one. That one is the only Canadian with 3 Bassmaster wins. And this whole weekend, people have questioned you and your brother on this body. Are they the greatest ever on this body of water? Our Angler of the Year, Chris Johnson. Our tournament champion, Corey Johnston. The Johnston juggernaut dominated the St. Lawrence River. How does this feel?
Oh man, words can't describe it. You know, this has been a long time coming on this river, and you know, I was cursing on my way in. You know, I lost some, and I had issues out there, and you know, it's just everything finally came together. I really didn't know I had that much. I thought I had 22 pounds, and I thought I was going to lose by half a pound. So it was definitely a shock. But, you know, I do want to say thank you to all my family, all my friends, all my sponsors, everybody that came out, all the Canadians. The guys at the service trailer were up last night till 10:30 at night helping me out. And, you know, without those guys, you know, I wouldn't be able to do what I do. Jeff, I mean, he ripped my boat apart and helped me out last night big time. So, you know, thanks to her. I mean, well, I wouldn't be able to do what I do without her. You know, she makes life easy for us, so I appreciate it.
Well, it will go down as the ultimate puke and rally. You ready to make this official?
Yeah, it's going to happen tonight.
All right. Presenting our trophy, I'll bring out Lisa Talmadge to make it official. Corey Johnston doubles down in 2024, becoming a 2-time Bassmaster Elite Series champion. The Humminbird Bassmaster Elite on the St. Lawrence River belongs to Corey Johnston, a 3-time Bassmaster winner and a 2-time Bassmaster Elite Series champion. Coming into this tournament, their mom had never been here for any of these big wins. She picked a great weekend to be here because she saw both her boys get it done here in Waddington, New York.
Unbelievable. You know, I don't even know what to say. I mean, this crowd's awesome. And like I said 100 times, this is my favorite place to come, my favorite crowd. I got all my buddies here, or a few of my good buddies. The rest of them, I know they're watching, so they didn't come. But I don't even know if I'm going to invite them to my party for not coming now. But and I just want to thank everyone again, all my sponsors. I want to thank B.A.S. I want to thank you, Dave. You do an unbelievable job, and I'm excited to crack a few cold ones here.
Myself as well. What an end to the season. Before you leave the stage and hoist the trophy one more time, got to give you a shot. What baits were key for you this week?
Man, I caught a lot of them on a 6 cents party minnow, and they actually stopped biting it on the drop shot the last 2 days. And I caught them on a new prototype bait that 6 cents is coming out. with. It's I caught him on 2 different ones. One's a strobe shaker, I believe it's called, and the other one's a strobe. And I'm sure they'll be coming out soon. They're a pretty impressive little bait. So I don't even have any more left. I have 1 left, I believe. So I need to get more.
I think you're good for a little while. The Johnston brothers dominate this final weekend of 2024. One more time, let's get them to hold it high. The Humminbird Bassmaster Elite at the St. Lawrence River belongs to Corey Johnston. Corey Johnston doubles down in 2024, becoming a 2-time Bassmaster Elite Series champion. The first one in Florida, and this one very close to his home and native land. What a week. What a week for the Johnston family.